So this is going to be our first presentation, and you guys said that you were going to talk about cell phones evolution, right?
Yes.
Okay, so just let me share it for you. Where is it? Here it is. And can you see it? I guess you can.
Yes.
Wait.
Hey,
Yes.
what's happening here? There you are, right?
Yes.
Here we are. So my people, let's see, cell phone evolution. Something is missing here in this cell phone evolution. All right, I'll give you feedback at the end. You ready? Yes, you are. Yes, teacher, we're ready.
Luz, yeah. Yes.
All right, hang on. Ready?
Please,
3, 2, 1, and go. All right, you can start.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone, guys.
Hello.
My group is conformed by Jesus Rodriguez, Luz Bonfante, Camilo Peña, and my person, Maria Lucia Borda. Today, we are going to talk about cell phones evolution. Well, I'll make an introduction on this topic.
And
Well,
there you are.
since its beginning in the last 70s, cell phones have greatly revolutionized the activities was we carry out on a daily basis. Currently, it's one of the indispensable products for humanity since it become an essential tool for ordinary or business people.
Yeah.
It provides security or productivity to people, and it's considered a product that has a great and fast advance in technology.
Great.
This device that almost all of us have nowadays makes our life easier since it um, perform multiple functions such as record sound, record video, take pictures, make calls, send message, communicate with other people anywhere in the world, listen to music, make a video conference, keep an agenda, internet access, video playback, and even GPS.
A lot of things. Good.
Now, my partner Luz will talk about cell phones in the past.
All right.
Light, where you light.
Light.
Hello.
Light.
All right, Luz. There you are.
La diapositiva.
Sorry. What? No, the slide.
Coronavirus.
The slide. All right, go ahead.
I'm going to talk about cell phones.
Okay. The cell phones in the past.
Okay. Since the creation of the first cell phone, pretty much everything about it. This one will change the way we communicate,
Yeah.
allowing people to make calls from anywhere. Okay. In 1989, the first flip phone was introduced, the Motorola Microtech. It was the first pocket-sized phone and provided a longer battery life, allowing people to make calls from more than 1 hour. In 1992, the first text message was sent. Soon after, phones were introduced with QWERTY keyboards, with full QWERTY keyboards. Keyboards.
All right.
The first of which was Nokia Communicator 9000. In 1993, the first smartphone was introduced. The Simon Personal Communicator could be used to make calls, faxes, and text messages. It also had a calendar, address book, notes, and others. In 2000, Sharp created the first cell phone with a camera. In 2007, Apple's first iPhone was introduced, and this iPhone had a lot of new things like digital music player, camera, and it was a device equipped with a touch interface that replaced the QWERTY keyboards.
Okay.
In 2008, the first Android phone, the HTC Dream Slider, was made available for customers. And in 2010, the first 4G device was introduced, and this device had GPS navigator, two cameras, and touch screen.
Right, touch screen. Okay. Right now we have,
Now,
yeah.
Camilo, our partner Camilo Peña will talk about cell phones in the present.
Okay.
Okay, cell phones in the present. To start, Samsung launched a new generation of smartphones in 2011. Since that year, smartphones, Android, and joining iPhone leaders in smartphones, launch cell phones every year with better features that simplify their use. For example, today smartphones are designed with better materials and have fingerprint reader for security and privacy and have more storage. Also, smartphones stand out for their photographies with very high image quality and their powerful, efficient, and versatile processors. The smartphone that we currently have are the example of all technologies advance that has been achieved in this decade. Thank you. My partner Jesus will talk about cell phones in future.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about the cell phone in the future. So let's get an idea of how the cell phones of the future will be like based on the data we know. So we can imagine folding screens in the short term or artificial intelligence in the long term. Top sellers now have to show new advances, um, also justifying a change. So brands such as Samsung, Huawei, or Apple have launched a calendar of changes and advances that we will probably see on our phones in the next months or years. So in the image, we can see folding phones that where we can see Samsung like the main exponent. We also have the new charging and connectivity technology. Here, the OSHA company will launch a lightning that charges the cell phone wirelessly. Also, the 5G network, which will allow a higher speed to browse or connect. And finally, we have a complete iteration system where we can use the cell phone without touching it. So thank you very much. In the end of the presentation, we have a video to you
Right.
when you can learn more about this presentation. Thank you.
All right. This is the video then, right?
Yes.
Now let me see whether I can play it or not. It looks like I can't play it. Let me see.
Video.
It didn't. This is not a video. This is not a video, people.
Maria.
Yeah.
This is just an image. You needed to upload the video, but all right. Please turn it off. Now, let's go back to the main screen. All right, Mr. People, well, people here, very good. It was great. I really liked it. Please put the music off, please. Right away here, Maria, as feedback, like in general, I would say that it was pretty nice. It was pretty good. For next time, try to be a little bit, well, I would say that you need to practice more pronunciation. You were more like nervous and you were not like putting the words together the way they should, right? It was good. It was good. In the case of Luz, well, Luz was very good, right? Last time, you know, I also told you that you were doing a good job. And here, the only bad thing that I just got was the word that I gave you. It was keyboard, right? Key, you know, like a key, normal key. So keyboard, but it was fantastic. It was good. I liked it. Congratulations, Miss. Camilo, great. It was a good job too. Next time, try to work a little bit more on pronunciation, but it was good. I got 2 words for you. The word año, we say ear.
Ear.
Yeah, ear. And the word eficiente, that we say
Efficient.
No, efficient.
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 Yeah, just like that, mister. Very good. Now, in the case of Jesus, we have the word justify. Now, you did good, Jesus, but you say like justify. It was more like you wanted to say something in Spanish. Justify. No, justify.
No, justifying with ing.
I mean,
no,
it's good.
Without ing.
I mean, it's good. I'm not talking about the ing. I'm talking about the pronunciation of the first letter. It's not justify, it's justify.
Okay.
Right? But it was very good.
Yes.
The whole presentation in general, very good, people. Congratulations. You know,
I think that is a person who makes decisions.
a person who makes decisions. So yes, why not?
Or something will be done in the future.
Okay, so you mean it's a person that makes decisions about something in the past, plans it in the past, or plans something in the past, and then the things get performed in the future. Very good, right? That was good.
Yeah.
Now, how about a procrastinator? What do you think a procrastinator is?
A person who wastes his time.
Very good. Actually, a procrastinator is a person who leaves everything for the last minute. He doesn't like to plan. He or she doesn't like to plan. He or she doesn't like to work like in advance. He's always doing things at the last minute, right? So yeah, we have planner and a procrastinator. So I need, just coming in. I need, please, one person to read this for me. Can you please read it? Who wants to read? Just a person who wants to read.
I want to read, mister.
All right, go ahead, miss.
Are you a planner or a procrastinator? Do you plan your
Procrastinator.
day?
Hang on. Procrastinator. Take a look at what it says. Procrastinator.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Procrastinator.
Good. Good. Continue.
Eh, do, do you plan your day or do you prefer to see what
Prepare.
happens?
Okay.
A planner will spend the night before work making lists, priorities, and
Right.
making sure
All right, listen.
everything
Hang on, miss. Listen to the pronunciation of this word. Prioritizing.
prioritizing.
Good. Prioritizing and making sure.
Everything is under control. Planners arrive early and get started on their first steps. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Procrastinator.
Procrastinator.
Yeah.
A procrastinator, on the other hand, is more likely to arrive at work just on time, with
Good.
a coffee and breakfast in their hand and a straight look on their face.
Yeah. Now, how about the next one? Continue.
Mimi,
All right, go ahead.
when you have a job to do or you need to meet a deadline, do you
Deadline. Dead.
Deadline.
deadline
All right.
deadline
Do you?
when generally generally
Generally.
Generally.
Yes.
generally do think ahead of time or leave things until the last minute.
All right. Two.
2. Prefer to get started on a difficult job or put off doing difficult job until later. 3. Tend to get distracted easily and waste time. Or do you use your time
Wisely.
wisely and getting done?
All right.
4. Write to-do lists and prioritize
Prioritize.
prioritize tasks, or do you prefer to multitask?
All right, very good. Now take a look. For now, this thing that you read, actually, they are explaining to you what a planner and a procrastinator is. Now, take a look at this part. This is exercise number 1, letter C. This part right here. Now take a look. Find phrases in bold to match the definitions below. Take a look. These are the definitions. These are the definitions, and these are going to be the words in bold that you need to give definitions to. So for example, number 1, here, not paying attention to the things that you are, let me see here. Okay, not paying attention to the things that you are doing. Now, that is something a procrastinator does, but what is the meaning of that in here? Take a look at this word here, or these phrases in here. What phrase, which of these phrases can match with the one I just read?
Distracted.
Get distracted. Good. So what is the meaning of this in Spanish?
Distraerse.
Distraerse. All right, no distraer, but distraerse. Good. How about number 2? Delay. Which one it is? Which one doesn't go with? Number 2, delay. Which one does it go with?
Leave things until the last minute.
Delay the job. To leave things until the last minute.
No.
Who has a different idea? Who has a different idea? Who has a different idea? Delay a job?
Put off.
All right, put off means posponer. So yes, why not hacer que demore más, right? Good, posponer. So it would be put off. How about here? Next one, spend time doing things that are not important. Which one do you think it is here? Spend time doing things that are not important.
Waste time.
All right, waste time. Very good. Remember, we don't say lose time. Lose time, I mean, that's not correct. We say waste time, perder tiempo o desperdiciar
Waste
tiempo.
time.
Yes, perder tiempo o desperdiciar tiempo. All right, next one. Put jobs in order of importance. Which one do you think it goes with? Put jobs in order of, which one?
Prioritize. Prioritize test.
No, prioritize.
Eso. Prioritize.
Prioritize tasks. Good. How about 5? Do lots of different jobs at the same time.
Multitask.
Multitask. So how can you translate multitask into Spanish?
Multitarea.
Multitareas.
All right, be careful. Multitarea es un sustantivo, pero aquí lo estamos usando como verbo. Take a look. Do you prefer to multitask? Lo cual significaría hacer varias tareas al mismo tiempo. Sí, es un significado bastante largo, but that's what it means. All right? Si decimos nada más multitask, sería, en el caso de multitarea, sería un sustantivo, y aquí lo estamos usando como verbo. All right, so number 6, complete tasks. Which one does it go with?
Get things done.
Get things done, right? Finalizar las cosas, completar las cosas, good. How about 7, do jobs just before they need to be done. Do jobs just before they need to be done.
Do things ahead of time.
Do things ahead of time. Yes, do things ahead of time. It could be possible. Good. How about do things in advance? All right, they two are pretty similar. Take a look. Do things in advance, which means hacer las cosas por adelantado. It's pretty much similar to, what was the one you said?
Use
Do
your
things ahead of time.
safely.
Or possibly, why not? But let's continue on the other. Be careful with your time. This one is use your time wisely.
Use your time wisely.
Okay, and finally, begin a job. It means, or it goes with, which one does it go with? Begin a job?
Get started.
Get started. Get started means empezar, comenzar. All right, you're good.
Okay.
All right, guys, so this time let's work a little bit on listening. So take a look at this listening part in here. We're gonna have this part, and also you're going to answer part 3. So let's begin right over here. Let's read what it says in this instruction. Listen to 3 people discussing the questionnaire. Which one? This one right here. Now, which of the following topics do they not talk about? So one of these topics right here, you need to underline it. You're going to tell me which one they are not talking about, all right? So we have making plans, vacations, writing a list, work, arrangement for tonight. Those are the ones we have. Now, let me just set my computer so that you can listen to the listening from my computer. Okay, here it is. All right. Let me know if you can listen, please.
Unit 3.
Can you listen?
Future. Record.
Can you listen that, people?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, great. You can listen to it. Great. So again, we are going to do exercise number 2. There are 3 people discussing about the questionnaire, or discussing the questionnaire. Which of the following topics they don't talk about. Only one of this, okay? Only one of this. So let me see here. Okay, Maria, Ian. There you go.
Recording S3.1.
Okay, so what do you think, Kenna? Are you a planner or a procrastinator?
Me? Oh, a planner, definitely.
Yes, I think so. You generally like to do things ahead of time.
Absolutely. Yeah. I like to be organized and know when everything is happening. I have to be like that, actually. It's the only way to get everything done.
Really? I hate planning. I like to leave things until the last minute. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. You might need to change your plans, so why bother making plans in the first place? No, I like not knowing what I'm going to be doing.
But that's impossible. What about vacations, for example? You must know what you're doing for your next vacation. I mean, you need to decide where you're going, how you're going to travel, reserve the dates, get the tickets. There's so much to organize. Surely you have to plan for vacations. You can't just put that off until later.
Not really. I don't mind where I go.
No, I don't believe. You're just saying that. I think you do make plans. You just don't like to admit it.
No, really. I much prefer to wait and see what happens. I might get invited somewhere.
Okay, so maybe for vacations. But what about tonight? Have you made any plans for tonight?
Yes, of course. I can tell you exactly what I'm doing tonight. This evening, a friend of mine's coming over. We're eating at my house. I'm going to try out a new pasta recipe. And then we're going to the movies to see that new Argentinian film.
Javier?
I don't really know. I'll see how I feel. I might go out, or I might just stay at home and relax. I told you, I really don't like to plan.
How about at work? Are you more organized at work? Do you multitask? I mean, how do you make sure you get everything done?
Actually, I think I am a procrastinator. I do get jobs done, but I never get started right away. I tend to waste time and get distracted and leave the job for ages. And then, just before the deadline, I work really hard, sometimes all night. And then I don't stop until the job is done. It's quite stressful, but everything gets done in the end.
You don't use your time very wisely then. Oh no, I'd hate that. I don't think I could work with you.
Okay, that was it. I think you understood the whole thing. Do I need to repeat it again?
Yes, please.
Yes.
All right, let's repeat it one more time.
Thank you.
Let's repeat it one more time.
Unit 3. Future. Recording S3.1.
Okay, so what do you think, Kenna? Are you a planner or a procrastinator?
Me? Oh, a planner, definitely.
Yes, I think so. You generally like to do things ahead of time.
Absolutely. Yeah. I like to be organized and know when everything is happening. I have to be like that, actually. It's the only way to get everything done.
Really? I hate planning. I like to leave things until the last minute. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. You might need to change your plans, so why bother making plans in the first place? No, I like not knowing what I'm going to be doing.
But that's impossible. What about vacations, for example? You must know what you're doing for your next vacation. I mean, you need to decide where you're going, how you're going to travel, reserve the dates, get the tickets. There's so much to organize. Surely you have to plan for vacations. You can't just put that off until later.
Not really. I don't mind where I go.
No, I don't believe. You're just saying that. I think you do make plans. You just don't like to admit it.
No, really. I much prefer to wait and see what happens. I might get invited somewhere.
Okay, so maybe for vacations. But what about tonight? Have you made any plans for tonight?
Yes, of course. I can tell you exactly what I'm doing tonight. This evening, a friend of mine's coming over. We're eating at my house. I'm going to try out a new pasta recipe. And then we're going to the movies to see that new Argentinian film.
Javier?
I don't really know. I'll see how I feel. I might go out, or I might just stay at home and relax. I told you, I really don't like to plan.
How about at work? Are you more organized at work? Do you multitask? I mean, how do you make sure you get everything done?
Actually, I think I am a procrastinator. I do get jobs done, but I never get started right away. I tend to waste time and get distracted and leave the job for ages. And then, just before the deadline, I work really hard, sometimes all night. And then I don't stop until the job is done. It's quite stressful, but everything gets done in the end.
You don't use your time very wisely then. Oh no, I'd hate that. I don't think I could work with you.
Okay, so which which situation or topic they are not talking about? Which situation or topic they are not talking about?
Writing list.
Okay, that one's good. The answer is writing list. They do talk about work, they talk about vacations, they talk about making plans and also arrangement for tonight. All right, great. I'm going to repeat the audio one more time, but this time you're going to do exercise 3. Take a look. Work in pairs, no, work individually. Can you complete these sentences from the list? Take a look. We have some things here. You're just going to complete the sentence, all right? So I'm going to play the audio one more time.
Unit 3, Future. Recording S3.1.
Okay, so what do you think, Kenna? Are you a planner or a procrastinator?
Me? Oh, a planner, definitely.
Yes, I think so. You generally like to do things ahead of time.
Absolutely. Yeah. I like to be organized and know when everything is happening. I have to be like that, actually. It's the only way to get everything done.
Really? I hate planning. I like to leave things until the last minute. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. You might need to change your plans, so why bother making plans in the first place? No, I like not knowing what I'm going to be doing.
But that's impossible. What about vacations, for example? You must know what you're doing for your next vacation. I mean, you need to decide where you're going, how you're going to travel, reserve the dates, get the tickets. There's so much to organize. Surely you have to plan for vacations. You can't just put that off until later.
Not really. I don't mind where I go.
No, I don't believe. You're just saying that. I think you do make plans. You just don't like to admit it.
No, really. I much prefer to wait and see what happens. I might get invited somewhere.
Okay, so maybe for vacations. But what about tonight? Have you made any plans for tonight?
Yes, of course. I can tell you exactly what I'm doing tonight. This evening, a friend of mine's coming over. We're eating at my house. I'm going to try out a new pasta recipe. And then we're going to the movies to see that new Argentinian film.
Javier?
I don't really know. I'll see how I feel. I might go out, or I might just stay at home and relax. I told you, I really don't like to plan.
How about at work? Are you more organized at work? Do you multitask? I mean, how do you make sure you get everything done?
Actually, I think I am a procrastinator. I do get jobs done, but I never get started right away. I tend to waste time and get distracted and leave the job for ages. And then, just before the deadline, I work really hard, sometimes all night. And then I don't stop until the job is done. It's quite stressful, but everything gets done in the end.
You don't use your time very wisely then. Oh no, I'd hate that. I don't think I could work with you.
Okay, do you need, should I repeat it once again?
Yes.
Okay, let's do something. Take a look at the time. The session is going to, all right, let's put it. When it finishes, you will get to log off, all right? To log back in. There you go. Listen.
Unit 3, Future. Recording S3.1.
Okay, so what do you think, Kenna? Are you a planner or a procrastinator?
Me? Oh, a planner, definitely.
Yes, I think so. You generally like to do things ahead of time.
Absolutely. Yeah. I like to be organized and know when everything is happening. I have to be like that, actually. It's the only way to get everything done.
Really? I hate planning. I like to leave things until the last minute. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. You might need to change your plans, so why bother making plans in the first place? No, I like not knowing what I'm going to be doing.
But that's impossible. What about vacations, for example? You must know what you're doing for your next vacation. I mean, You need to decide where you're going, how you're going to travel, reserve the dates, get the tickets. There's so much to organize. Surely you have to plan for vacations. You can't just put that off until later.
Not really. I don't mind where I go.
No, I don't believe. You're just saying that. I think you do make plans. You just don't like to admit it.
No, really. I much prefer to wait and see what happens. I might get invited somewhere.
Okay, so maybe for vacations. But what about tonight? Have you made any plans for tonight?
Yes, of course. I can tell you exactly what I'm doing tonight. This evening, a friend of mine's coming over. We're eating at my house. I'm going to try out a new pasta recipe. And then we're going to the movies to see that new Argentinian film.
Javier?
I don't really know. I'll see how I feel. I might go out, or I might just stay at home and relax. I told you, I really don't like to plan.
How about at work? Are you more organized at work? Do you multitask? I mean, how do you make sure you get everything done?
Actually, I think I am a procrastinator. I do get jobs done, but I never get started right away. I tend to waste time and get distracted and leave the job for ages. And then, just before the deadline, I work really hard, sometimes all night. And then I don't stop until the job is done. It's quite stressful, but everything gets done in the end.
You don't use...
Good. How about now? Can you see, guys? Can you see the screen?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I thought it had just like disappeared. Number 2. Let me choose a person. I will choose a person. How about Fiamma?
We are going to visit my brother and his family.
All right, we are going to visit my brother and his family. Very good, Fiamma. How about number 3, Valentina? Number 3, Valentina.
Okay.
Yes,
Where are you
good.
going to look for them?
Where are you?
going to look? Where are you going to look for them?
Very good. Very good. Where are you going to look for them? Good. Number 4. Let me see who we have over here. Luz, number 4.
They are going to have a party on Friday.
They are going to have a party on Friday. Very good, miss. How about Madeline? Number 5.
Are you going to go with us tomorrow?
Are you going to go with us tomorrow? Good. And number 6, Mr. Sebastian.
I will ask Marion when she's going to leave.
When she is going to leave. Very good, mister. All right, that was very easy, wasn't it? Now, these are the answers. Take a look. Let me show you. These are the answers. Are you going to do, we're going to visit, are you going to look for, they are going to have, are going to go, and is going to live. Great, great. Okay, let's continue. Let me just, I'm gonna leave it there. Now, taking into account this part, remember that we use present continuous for some reason, going to for some other reason, might and will for some other reason. Let's work on this exercise here, exercise 6. Now, underline the best alternative. We have 2 options, option number 1 and option number 2. Take a look, 1 and 2. You're just going to tell me which options is the correct one, all right? So I am going to read the first part and I'm going to choose one person to answer to me. So let's begin with Miss Valeria. So, hey Dax, what are you going, what are you two doing or what will you two do on Saturday night? Which one is the correct answer, Miss? Miss Valeria, which one is the correct alternative?
Will you repeat, please?
Yes, take a look. Hey Dax, what are you two doing or what will you two do on Saturday night? Which of these 2 alternatives is the correct one?
I think will you to do.
Okay, who has a different one? Who has a different option?
Me.
Who are,
Me.
who are you?
To doing.
Are you too?
Are
All right.
you two doing?
All right,
Are you two
good.
doing?
What are you two doing on Saturday night?
Yeah.
Good. Now let's continue. Dex, I don't know. We might or we will go to the Death City Dread concert. What about you? So
We
might or
might.
will?
Mine.
Or might. Okay, maybe you say I don't know. You're not sure about it. Good. Pete, he says, I'll have or I'm going to have a small party. Which one is the correct one?
I'm going to have.
All right.
I'm going to have
Good. This is a plan. Very good.
a plan.
Now here, my parents are going or will go away for the weekend.
Are going.
Damn it.
Going for
Okay. My parents are going away for the weekend. So I've asked a few people to come over.
Over to my place.
Now, Chris will bring or is bringing his DJ equipment over. What do you think it is?
It's bringing.
He's bringing.
He's bringing.
No, he's bringing his, yeah, he's bringing, possible. So we are having, or we will have music.
We're having.
We're having.
We're having.
So we are
We're
having music.
music.
We're
You
having.
serious?
We're
Remember that
We are
when we
having.
use, remember that when we
We
use
will have music.
this, we need a time expression. Do we have a time expression here? No.
Yes.
So,
No.
no. So
No.
we'll have music is the correct answer. We'll have music. Now, and everyone is going to bring or might bring some food and drinks.
It's going.
Mine.
Why might, mister?
Because it's not sure that everyone is going to bring drinks.
Okay, I'm going to explain this to you like this. If we are speaking about Barranquilla's kind of party, we don't take anything to the parties. We want food to be given to us, right? This is our culture, but we are speaking about something different, a different culture, right? Let's say United States culture or England culture. When they have parties like this, every person must take something with them, right? This is culture itself. So I would say that everybody is going to bring food and drinks because they are sure about it. That is culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there is no time expression.
But not necessarily. Take a look. We are using be going to. With be going to, it's just the normal future. Be going to. You don't need. You don't necessarily need a time expression when you use be going to. Remember the difference. Be going to and present continuous. That is different. When you have like an example, where is it? Here, right? We need time expressions. Like here, we're having music. You need a time expression because we're using the time, the present progressive here. But this is not present progressive. This is just be going to for talking about the future. Now let's continue. Evan will come or is coming with a few friends.
Will come.
Will come with a few
Is
friends.
coming.
Yeah, he is coming with a few friends. Well, I think here are pretty much,
Will come.
take a look. I think it's pretty much possible to use both, but I am more into will. So let's then finish and then we see all the answers so that to see if that is correct. Let's continue. It sounds great. I'm going to text or I will text Leila to ask her what she thinks.
I'm going.
Why I'm going?
I'll text Leila.
Because it sounds great.
But take a look at here. It sounds great. And in this very same moment, he made a decision. Remember that when we have instant decisions, we use
will.
will. Yes. Now, then, I'm calling or I'll call you back to let you know.
I'll.
I'll call you back. All right, now let's see the answers to see how well we are aware. Now, let's see here. Take a look. Are you two doing? Very good. Here you say, might, good. I'm going to have a party, good.
You missed.
This one is good. Is bringing the equipment over, good. Then you say, take a look. We'll have music. Is going to bring, because of the culture I told you. Take a look. Take a look at this. Will come with a few friends or is coming with a few friends. I told you both can be possible here, to be honest. Either this one or this one. How about here? Take a look, test, and I'll code you. And one is missing, I forgot it. I'll talk.
I'll talk.
All right, so it looks like everything was clear last time. No, that was great. Now guys, I want you to go to page number, let me see. To page number 37. This is where we were working on the, you know, the homework. The homework was the idioms. So let's work, let's go to it. This is, let me see, page number 36 and 37. 37. Look. Look, okay, I remember I asked you to investigate the idioms that we had in this part and also the ones in the back of the book in the vocabulary plus, right? In page 150, if I am not wrong. So we have here close to my heart, running out of time. This hits to the nail of a head, right? And face it as well. And also we have here on top of the word. Actually here we have it because it's already done. But we have some extra that I have brought for you. So let's begin. I'm going to choose some people, right? And you're going to tell me.
Could you repeat the page?
Yes, this is page 37. 37. Listen, I'm going to choose a person and you're going to tell me the definition, all right? So let me see over here. Got it here. Jorge. Now, Mr. Jorge, what is the definition of the first idiom that we have here? Close to my heart.
Cercano a mi corazón.
Cercano a mi corazón, but well, I didn't ask you to go on definitions in Spanish. It was actually definitions in English, right? But cercano a mi corazón, that is so literal. That is not the right answer. Or maybe it's close, but not the right answer. Someone else has a different one, a different definition?
Something that is important to me.
Good. This is something
that he loves to do. No?
Great. Great. For example, me, I am an English teacher, right? And I love English. So I can say that English is close to my heart, which means that English is very important to me, right? You can use it with people. You can use it with other things like the example I'm giving you right now, right? So this is more like significar mucho para alguien. That's like the meaning in Spanish. Like something is very significant. Yes, something is very important or significant for you.
Exactly.
All right. Now we have number 2. Run out of time. How about Nicole? Nicole, what is the meaning of running out of time? Nicole, running out of time. What is the meaning of it? Okay, Nicole got lost. Okay, go ahead. Running out of time, what does it mean?
To have no more time to do or complete something.
Okay.
For example, we ran out of time and didn't finish the project.
Very good. So actually the idiom is not running out of time, but you can use that, right? But you can also use actually Let me see here. Let me show it to you.
No vaya a dañar esa vaina, yo.
It's only this, right? Running out of. Run out of means like agotarse o acabarse. Agotarse o acabarse. So for example, imagine I have, take a look, this is a glass. This is a glass of water. Imagine the glass of water has no water, has little water. So I can say that I am running out of water, right? It's when you have so little of something, right? That's running out of. Agotarse. Guys, please.
Por favor, que silencien los micrófonos.
Yes, guys, please put your mute your microphone, please. How about here, number 3? This hits the nail on the head. What is the meaning of this phrase over here? Of this idiom here? What is the meaning of this idiom? A volunteer. I'm not choosing anyone.
Mister, I think that it's something when you say the color true or when you say through something. For example, Maria hit the nails on the head when she said the truth to the Sophia about her feelings.
All right, to Sophia about her feelings. Very good, miss. That was a good example. So yeah, in other words, in Spanish, what hits the nail on the head means dar en el clavo.
Dar en el punto, dar lo correcto.
Yes, that's what actually it means. Dar en el clavo, right? Good, very good, Miss Maria. Now, how about here? Let's face it. Let's face it. Now, which one?
Me.
All right, go.
To say something that is true and cannot be denied. Must be realistic about an welcome fact or situation. Mister?
Very good. Yeah?
And we can also use let's be honest.
Exactly, right? Let's face it or let's be honest. They are pretty much similar. So in other words, what they mean is like acknowledge, admit something, right? Like in Spanish, we can say afrontar la realidad.
Afrontar.
O, yes, admitámoslo o seamos honestos, right? O seamos honestos. O seamos realistas. Esas son las traducciones posibles en español. Repito, afrontar la realidad, admitámoslo, seamos honestos o seamos realistas. We got this different type of meanings here. All right, very good, people. Now, how?
Sinceros.
Yeah, let's face it. Let's be honest. Now, these are some of, I mean, this was the homework. You have extra homework because in page 150 there are more. But take a look. Sorry, take a look. On top of the world. Did you investigate this one? On top of the world?
Yes.
Yes, mister.
All right, what does it mean? Here we have the meaning, but what does it mean? What do you find?
That expression is something when you are super happy, super happy, and you are feeling the power. And for example, I was feeling on the top of the world after winning the competitions.
The competition. All right. Yes. Very good, miss. That's a very good example. So yeah, just to be on top of the world means to be extremely happy, to be super happy, as Maria is saying. So very good, Maria. Estar muy contento. That's what it means. Now take a look at this part right here. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4 different things. These 4 different statements, they can be either true or false. Now, let me ask you, guys, idioms are usually formal. What do you think? Are they formal or not? Is that true or false? False, right? When we speak about idioms, I mean, they are never formal. They are always going to be informal. Now, how about here? You cannot usually change the order of the words of an idiom. Is that true or false? What do you think? You cannot change the order of the words of an idiom. Is that true or false?
True.
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 No, it's false, right? Now, hang on. You cannot usually change. No, that's true. That's true. I'm sorry. Now, how about here? You can sometimes change the verb tense and the subject of an idiom. Is that true or false?
No.
You can sometimes change the verb tense and the subject of an idiom. Yeah, sometimes you can do it. How about you can usually guess the meaning from one word in an idiom? You can usually guess the meaning from one word in the idiom.
No.
I mean, that's difficult. That's why they are idioms. Like, take a look at this example. On top of the world. On top means in a very high part, right? And the word, I might be in the highest part in the planet Earth, right? If I just translate it like literally. But no, even if they say one thing, they are actually, they mean actually a complete different thing, right? So that's why we need to learn them by heart. We need to memorize them. All right, very good, people. So take a look at here. I have some extra. I want you to try to think about the possible meaning, where we are going to read these idioms right here, and you're going to tell me what you think, right? What you think the meaning is. It is not necessary to be, correct. Maybe you don't know it, but I'm going to tell you the meanings, right? So we have number one. Take a look. We forgot to pay our taxes. Now we are in hot water. What do you think in hot water means?
I think that is in problems or in dangers. Because
yeah, you're right. You're correct, miss. The meaning of in hot water is just to be in problems, right? To be in problems. That's good. How about the next one? I said the wrong thing again. I always put my foot in my mouth. What does it mean? What do you think it means?
When you say something that embarrasses you.
All right, when you say something embarrassing that most likely gets you in problems, gets you in trouble. Yes. So if we translate this into Spanish, it means like meter la pata.
Imprudente, imprudencia.
Yes, ser imprudente, meter la pata, right? Like this, the one we use in Spanish, our idiom is meter la pata. Good. How about number three? We are working against the clock.
Sure, to try to do something in a very limited amount of time.
In a very, yes, a small amount of time. So in Spanish, it's more like trabajar contra reloj.
Contra el tiempo.
Contra el tiempo. Good. Well, we spoke about this, so you know that is agotarse. How about this? I say this all the time. Hey guys, keep an eye on my stuff. Right? I think you've heard that before. Keep an eye on. What does it mean?
Take care about
guys, can you please turn your microphone off? All right, keep an eye on. What does it mean?
like take care about something.
Right, to take care of something, right? Yes, to take care of something. Like in Spanish, it's like echarle un ojo a algo, o vigilar algo, o cuidar de algo. Now, how about, can you give me a hand? Give me a hand, or give a hand. What is the meaning of giving a hand?
Something like when you help to someone.
All right, helping someone. Yes, give hand means to help. Very good, miss. How about this one? It's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. Any idea?
Something that doesn't like to me.
Something that you don't like. Right? Something that you don't like, yes. Normalmente lo que significa es como no es de mi agrado o no estoy de acuerdo con eso, right? So it's not my cup of tea. No me gusta. How, this is so easy. A piece of cake. As I said before, it means?
Easy.
Easy. Good. How about this one? You're a dark horse. Any idea?
Like a black sheep.
No. Well,
Mister,
yes.
is a person who keep his ideas or his interest in secret or her abilities or skills, but that person don't say to someone, anybody.
Okay, very good.
Exactly.
So yes, that's a dark horse. I'm going to explain a different words. I mean, the same thing that Miss Maria was saying, but I'm going to say in a different word, right? The meaning is just like a mysterious or shy person who unexpectedly turns out to be the best at something. So let's say Miss Luz never speaks in the classroom. She's always so quiet. Nobody knows her voice. Everybody think that she doesn't know English when we are in the classroom, right? Because she doesn't speak. And one day when the teacher asked her, she's perfect. I mean, she's so good, right? She's so talented. Number 4, let me check it. Where do you go? The first part of lesson number 4 is going to be the grammar. Which grammar?
Yep.
Let me see. Go to page 45, please. Page 45. Can you see the book now?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's not the one. Okay, here.
Mister?
Yes. Take a look, page 45. We are going to, oh my goodness. We're going
Profe, ya
to,
verifiqué y la mandó.
what happens, miss?
Que ya verifiqué y si la mandó.
Yes, I sent it. Okay, take a look. We're going to start by doing this, by speaking about must, have to, and should. Listen, should is not for obligation. Should is for talking about recommendation. Here the book is, there was something missing here. It needed to be obligation and recommendation, but the book forgot it, right? So don't panic. We're going to start talking about have and have to, must, have to, and should to talk about obligation, recommendation, and necessity, all right? So this is what we are going to cover and all the things we're going to do. All right, so let's begin by going on the explanation. So let me show you, because I have it right here. Where is it? Number 4. This one. Can you see the slides? Can you see the new PowerPoint presentation?
No.
Okay. Let's stop sharing and let's share it back once again. How about now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is what we're going to cover. Now, listen, next class, next Saturday, we are going to cover all of this. Yes, I know this is not in the book, right? This is not in the book, but I am going to cover all of this so that you know how to use it, right? We did it like the first day, I guess, like we were speaking like can, could, what we use may, might, or must, and could. All of this, we did it, but we didn't like have examples, so we didn't like emphasize more, a little bit on this. So this time we're going to do it, but only for today, because this is the half of lesson number 4. We are going to work only on should, have to, and must. All right, so let's begin with should. Now let me ask you guys, what do we use should for? Can you give me a what do we use should for?
¿Cómo?
What do we use should for?
For advice.
All right, you have the machete here. Take a look. The machete is right here. Expressing advice or expressing recommendation, right? So take a look at the picture. Here we have three people. They are working and they seem to be very tired. So as they are very tired, they should go home and get some rest. Should is not an obligation. Here is telling me what they should do, right? The recommendation, my recommendation for them. So take a look. When we speak about advice or recommendation, we are going to use two modal verbs. They are should and ought to. Now, take a look at this example. I have a headache. I should take a nap. Or I have a headache. I ought to take a nap. Now, they mean the same. The meaning is the same, but there is a difference. What is the difference that you can see there? What is the most visible difference here? When we use should, we don't use to. But with ought to, we obligatorily need to use to, right? So take a look here. This is an incorrect sentence. I should to take a nap. Hey, this is not possible. Why? Because should is a modal verb, and normally modal verbs, they don't take to, right? They don't take any to. They just use the base form of the verb. Now, in case of this one, ought always, this is also a phrasal verb. I mean, sorry, a modal verb, but this modal verb is, I would say, an exception to the rule. Is the only modal verb that you use with, where is with to. Now, I ought to take a nap or I ought taking a nap is incorrect, right? You are, I mean, you always need to use to. Now, this is how we use it, like this. Should plus the simple form and ought to plus the infinitive form itself, because we are using to right here. And both are used to talk about advice or recommendations. I will continue. Now, when you want to have the negative form of should, we only use either should not or shouldn't, which is the contraction like, you need to study, you should not go out, or you need to study, you shouldn't go out. However, take a look at what we have right here. If we want to use should, if we want to use ought to instead of should in the negative form, we cannot use ought to for this reason. We cannot use ought to for the negative, only for the affirmative form, right? So if we want to, so what is the negative form of should or of ought to then? The negative form is shouldn't, right? So if I say, I have a headache, I ought to take a nap, and I want to make it negative, I have to say, I shouldn't take a nap. I cannot invent and say something like, I oughtn't take a nap, or I ought not to take a nap. No, that is impossible. We cannot make the not, we cannot unite the not particle with ought to here, because that is impossible. We don't use ought to for the negative form, only for the affirmative one. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, so take a look at this little, this girl right here. She says, I don't understand the assignment. What should I do? This is a question. We're just having normal questions with modal verbs. You know how to do it. Now, this is the way we use it. Now, in case of questions, we don't use ought to for questions either. We only use ought to for affirmative sentences, right? So if I want to use a question, I have to use always should. Should only. Right, take a look at here. You should come into see me. That's what she's saying, right? Now, you can also say, you ought to come in to see me. And
Yo
these
no lo
two,
puedo leer.
sorry.
Y ponte el tapaboca para que no te vayan a decir nada.
And these two versions, are the same meaning, right?
Diego.
Same meaning, right? We have ought to and should with the same meaning. Now, take a look at this little boy here. He has a book and a soccer ball. Now take a look at what he says. I need to hurry. I have to go to the soccer practice. Now, what happens? Is this completely obligatory? What do you think? Is this, I have to go to the soccer practice, completely obligatory?
No.
I mean, not necessarily. No. Maybe it's a necessity because if he wants to become a soccer player, then he needs to go to all the practices, right? So that he can become better, so that he can improve. So take a look, this is more a necessity rather than an obligation. That's why I'm telling you that have to and must, they express both things, but have to expresses more necessity. Now take a look at here, the same picture. They are all tired and it says, it's late, we've got to go home, right? We've got to go home. What happens here? Have to go home is just the same. I can say, imagine we eliminate this part, we have to go home, right? We can also use it. And finally, we have, take a look at here. Everyone must wear seatbelt in an airplane. Is this an obligation?
Yes.
Yes, it is. If you don't wear seatbelts, you may be, I mean, maybe there might be a little accident inside the plane. So, have to go to the soccer practice. This is, when we use have to, is pretty much common. When we use have got to, this is more like informal conversation. So we normally use have to, but you can also use this one if you want to, right? And when we are speaking about like obligations and stuff like this, like an instruction, then we say must, right? This is like more something that is obligatory. So these are the ones. Have to for obligation, has got to for obligation, and must for obligation too, or necessity as well, all of them. So take a look at here. Do you have to wear seatbelts in the car? This is for the question form. Now, in the question form, we normally use this form. We don't use, let me show you here. We normally use this form, but we don't use the have got form, no. And we don't have the must go form. I mean, we can use this one. We can use it, but it's like not very common. So you better use the have to version, like, do I have to? Did I have to, right? Do you have to wear seatbelts in the car, or do you all have to come? When you have questions, we normally use have to. We can also use must, but it's less formal. But we don't use have got to, all right?
But we can use must in negative.
Yes, you can use must in negativeness, yeah. So take a look at this. When we speak in the past, we say something like, we had to clean up the mess. This is an example, right? Now, when we have the past, all of them, have to, have got to, and must, they become had to. So in the past, you don't have to be worried about using either have to, either must, or have got to. You just use one, and that's it, right? They all become had to. Like in the example, we had to clean up the mess. Teníamos que, o tuvimos que limpiar el desastre, el desorden, right? So, in pronunciation, okay, this is only for pronunciation, only for pronunciation. When you are speaking like a little fast, this have to sounds have to. So, I have to call my mom.
I have to call my mom.
Yeah, have to. I have to call my mom, right? It sounds like this. Now, you cannot write it And you cannot say it when you are speaking slow. If you're speaking slow, you say have to. But if you are going fluently and you want to go like, you want to speed up your speech, you want to go fast, you say have to.
Have
now,
to.
Yeah, in case of the third person, we say has to. Now, Jason has to go to work. Jason has to go to work. Jason has to go to work tomorrow. Has to. Has to, right? And we have the following. Now, this is pretty much what happened. I told you that this one was informal, remember? Here, I told you that have got to is informal conversations, but why is it informal? Normally when we make the contraction. When we make the contraction, it becomes informal because of the way that it is pronounced. Why? Because I've doesn't sound and got to becomes gotta. And you know how to do it, gotta, right? I gotta cook dinner tonight. I gotta cook dinner tonight. I gotta go to work. I gotta go home. I gotta study tonight, right? Gotta. But this is only, again, I repeat, very informal English, only in pronunciation, only when speaking in a very fast way, right? Because if you are emphasizing and you're speaking slow, you are supposed to use I have to, Jason has to, and I've got to, right? You need to emphasize in what you are doing. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So, guys, I think that is it, but we're going to finish with this part, and then I'll tell you what the homework is. So, take a look. Is this correct or not? Do I must wash all dishes? Correct or incorrect? What do you think? Do I must wash all dishes? Is it correct? Yes or no? What do you think, guys? Is it correct or not? Why not, mister?
Yeah, no.
Why not, mister?
Yes, it's no, but sorry.
No.
Yeah, no, it's not correct.
I think that it's better. Do I have
Have to.
Exactly.
There is an
Do I
obligation.
have?
No obligation.
All right, now here, remember that when we use questions, we normally use have to. And also, another mistake, this is a modal verb, and modal verbs cannot be used with an auxiliary verb. So if I want to use the question with this, I have to say, must I? Must I wash all the dishes? So yes, it's incorrect because we're using to, and because we are supposed to use commonly have to. Now, this is the correct one or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, this is correct, all right? How about this one? Do I have got to go wash the dishes? How do you think about this? Do I have got to wash? This is incorrect, all right? We are not supposed to use have got to. But only do I, let's eliminate this part here. All right, like, do I have, I'm sorry, me equivoqué de letra, de palabra, no era la que tenía que borrar. All right, come on, yes, just like this. So do I have got to wash all dishes? All right, no, just like this. Okay, so is that clear, guys? Darn it. Okay. This we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about the negative part next week, all right? But it's basically to talk about, if the first one was permission and obligation, this is just for talking about prohibition, right? So we'll let you know next time about this. Anyways, I'm going to send this, I'm going to send this PowerPoint presentation to you. All right? I'm going to send it to you so that you can browse